title is The Hidden Reasons Behind Employee Engagement. So excited to hear this talk. Thank you so much. Are you ready? Are you ready, my
I'm
friend?
ready now.
Antoni, we can hear you. We can see you. The floor is yours, Antoni.
Thank you so much. We have 12 minutes on the clock, so let's go. I'd like to share 3 things with you, but it boils down to the hidden reasons of employee engagement. But I'd like to start first with telling you about why I believe that Gallup is wrong in their studies of employee engagement. That is one part of it. And then I'll show you why people are like popcorn before going into the actual hidden reasons of employee engagement. So let's dive right into it, one step at a time. Here we have a typical bell curve Gallup studies on employee engagement. And these are some of the things that they say. Going to the first one, let's see here. All right, so what they claim is that around 10 to 35% of all employees are what they call actively engaged. That means that people do discretionary efforts. They do more than what's in their job description. And that's a pretty low number, isn't it? In Finland, according to what I've seen at least, 10%. Sweden, where I come from, 14%. This is bad. But it's not as bad as the next number I will show you. Look at this one. Around 10% are what they called actively disengaged. Actively disengaged, meaning that they are saboteurs. They make life really hard for everyone else. You know, they are the ones that trash talk you behind your back or in your face. They are the ones stealing toilet paper. They are the ones that takes out the whiteboard pen, start to draw, realize that the pen is dry, and put the bloody pen back so that someone else will suffer instead. They ruin the experience of everyone else and lower the productivity of about 30%. Those are the ones we should worry about the most. And then Gallup says, and this is where I believe that they're wrong, they say that the rest of the people, let's see if we can show that, the rest of the people are what they call disengaged. And that is just too broad. The majority is here. They're not disengaged, everyone. Some of them are actually pretty engaged, happy with their life, believing that that they are a good workplace and so on. But it's a job. They are not the ones you should worry about. They should worry about the saboteurs down there. Those are the worst ones. Now, when I looked at these studies of employee engagement from Gallup and from others, I got not one, but 2 epiphanies. 2 epiphanies I got. And the first one was when I connected the dot to this model that I just showed you with my friend Helen Lidström, who wrote a book about 10 years ago on the workplace of Microsoft. And she coined a phrase that she said that people are like popcorn. And I love it so much that I would like to spend some of the time here, saluting Helen's idea about that and bringing it into my pitch when it comes to the Gallup studies as well. So in my hand, I have, let's see if we can back that figure, microwave popcorn. What do you need to make those corn pop? You need 2 things. You need time and you need energy, time and attention, time and leadership and so on. In my microwave oven, it takes about 2 minutes, 800 watts to get a nice bag of popcorn. But already after 30 or something seconds, the first corn start to pop. The first corn start to pop. They are the actively engaged people. They are these people over here. Those are the ones, right? The actively engaged people. Those are the ones we want to go for. But then the rest of the bag says, fine, let's do it. So the first ones pop. 20 seconds. Come on, pop, pop, pop with me. And then, oh, sorry, I need to put this one on there. And then the rest of the bag said, okay, fine. And you just have this pop, 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 everything's boiling there. And then finally, some laggards at the very end says, okay, I will also pop then, poof, poof, poof. And then you have the nice bag of popcorn out there, right? And you bring out the popcorn, put it in a bowl, and it looks something like this. And it looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, and it feels good, smells good. Oh, it will taste good as well. But what do you find at the bottom of the bowl? You find these guys. I'm not going to pop. Why should I pop? Let someone else pop instead. Ville, tell him to pop. If you want me to pop, I need a raise. That's what those guys do all the time, right? So you have that model and the microwave popcorn in it. So when I looked at that, I got 2 eureka moments, as I said. That was the first one. And just to go back to it one more time, look at this bag one more time. Can you see what it says? It says premium quality. Premium quality. We don't hire assholes on purpose. We don't say, the marketing department, they seem to be just a bit too happy. Yeah, what should we do about it? I think we should just hire Boris. He failed every interview. He's a vampire. He will suck the energy out of them so they will be just as miserable as we are. We don't do that. We are nice to people. We try to hire good people. Now, the second part then, the second epiphany I got was when I looked at this again and said, I can't find out why people are engaged or not, only that they are engaged or not. That's not good enough. We need to look at the underlying reasons, if there are any. And then I stumbled across a branch of psychology called compassion-focused theory. And that's when I got my second eureka moment. They talk about three systems in the brain, and how they kind of dominate depending on the context of the situation you're in. How engaged will you be? So let's look at them again. Let's look at them as well. Here we go. This is you. This is your brain. And in that, you have three different systems. The first system is what's called the threat system. This is only for survival. So if you feel threatened by any chance, for instance, you're being bullied at work, or you have a reorg, you don't know if you keep your job, if you can pay your bills, all of those things will, make that threat system be dominant. And all you basically do in that case is that you attack or you escape. Leaders in that situation, if they also feel that threat system going on, they will often go back into the do as I say or else mentality. And the biggest problem with that, it works. People will perform if they are scared for a while. But then you get dropouts, burnouts, and people just leave. Productivity goes down, the toxic environment is there, conflicts all over the place. Then there's another system. We call it the exploration system or the exploring system. This is something we really need. 40,000 years ago, you needed to find berries or kill bears, basically to get food and clothes. So that's really important for you to have. But when this problem occurs, when this is too dominant, the problem occurs if you don't have a direction. This is when you hear people craving clarity. Give me clear roles and goals and mandates and job descriptions. Tell me which day I should be in the office. But they don't get it, because here we have management by PowerPoint or Excel, and you have 14 bullets, font size 12, text, and a bloody flower in the corner to decorate the crap. Nobody understands it, not even the one presenting it. And then you have reorgs, which means that you go back into the threat system. We need to do better than that. There is one more. Let's look at the last one as well. This one, the comfort system. The comfort system is where everything is nice. This is where we enjoy life together. My boss is nice. My colleagues are nice. All is good. We can hold hands. We can sing Kumbaya and feel good together. Why could this ever be a problem? Well, it occurs if this is so dominant that we actually just want to protect and defend whatever we got. So what the leadership style here should be is about energy and courage to take risks. Threat system, empathy, love, compassion, safety. Exploring system, more of the clarity. And on the comfort system, more energy and courage. Those are the things we need in order to lead it. If we don't look at it like this, we will only try to cure, the symptom, not the problem. It's like giving a headache pill to somebody with a brain tumor. It doesn't work. So we need to go deeper. Now, when I look at this, I think that you can have a cocktail of this in order to make that perfect organization. So what if we add just a tiny bit of the threat system, just a tiny bit of it, but we lose the toxicity? And then we add more of that exploration system, but we take away the aimlessness. And then we keep a lot of the comfort system, but with courage and in order to take risks. I looked into the numbers, what you get when you have highly engaged people in your company. And here are some of those numbers that you can see. customer satisfaction goes up. You can see that the productivity goes up. The value of the company goes up. You have absolutely nothing to lose by getting people to be engaged. Nothing. But of course, if you don't do it, and if you go stuck in that kind of bad situation, the toxic environment of the threat system going bananas, I also found some numbers, actually more than this, but these are some of the numbers. Accidents go up, as you can see. You have errors going up. Oh, by the way, they don't tell it because they don't dare to. So those errors will just pile up more and more and more. And then creativity goes down the drain. And it's actually so bad that about 25% of your staff, if you have that situation, will take out their frustration on their clients. This affects the bottom line. And that is why I think that we need to look beyond the surface. If we say that culture eats strategy for breakfast, I believe that the hidden reasons for it will eat culture for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've been out in the world for a long time now. I left my corporate career back in 2006, and I've been coaching leaders and teams ever since. And I found that many leaders and teams are really frustrated that they don't get the impact they want. And this is what my mission then. I would like them to get that impact that they want, especially good companies who does one thing more than anyone else. They care. They care about their people. They care about their clients. They care about their mission. They care about the planet that we all share. If this was a TED Talk, I probably would say, this is an idea worth spreading. But I believe it is an idea worth spreading. So for you in the jury, with about 40 seconds to go, if you believe that this is something that we should share to more people, vote for me. Thank you so much. Stay great.
Thank you, Antoni, for that very inspiring talk. Thank you so very much. Do we have questions from our judges? Nobody in the jury? Yeah. Well, Antoni, I want to thank you. I do want to have popcorn that pops 100%, and I also would like to hear your recipe for popping every corn in the organization. Yeah, and I was very interested by the concentric circles of comfort, exploring, and threat. So you believe that the recipe is all three, but in different dosages. Can you speak to that? What is the right dosage of these circles?
I mean, I guess it depends on the organization. What I mean is that if it's only comfortable, you will actually lose out of it, but you will have more of a stagnation situation where you just stay on wherever you are. You will say, nah, let's not do that. That's a bit too risky. Let's just do whatever we have done forever. So you need some of that driving force of going away from. The whole kind of threat system is about moving away from something, while the exploration systems move to something. And those two together form a really strong energy in order for you to do something, to drive, that they drive you. That's why I mean that you should have a pinch of it, at least, going away from something. If you're completely satisfied with where you are, why should you move? Why should you grow? Why should you go up, 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 up? So you need both. You need to look away from something, but also, striving towards something, and have the courage and energy and the psychological safety, of course, in order to take those risks so you don't be punished because of it. So yeah, the next time you take this to your own microwave oven, think about that. Are we popping in this organization or not?
Thank you for those valuable insights on how to pop everybody in the organization. Thank you. In a good way. Thank you. Thank you, Antoni.